Hello and welcome for this solo playthrough of Advanced Squad Leader, and we will be starting the scenario J210 Moment of Truth. So we will start with the German first turn. So here is the situation as we left it in the preceding video. I'm sorry. And we will immediately proceed to the let's say basics. So the first non-brainer thing you do when you start the turn is to roll for wind. There we are. 10, nothing happens. So rally face, okay, nothing to rally. The German could decide to deploy some squads, but already he hasn't done enough up to now, so no prep fire. And we move immediately to the movement phase. That's a point. And here we go. So starting up here, I will have a little house squad run here. Oh, sorry, jumping too high. Run, so double time and move bypass here. 1, 2 bypass, and 6 moves to upper level in woods, so double the cost. And of course, the foxhole appears, but its contents are not defined yet. Not, yeah, okay. I'm just going to look the LOS possibilities. Okay. So here, Mr. Baumgart and his men will move in a stack because they won't. No, no, not really. A squad will move here normally. 1, 2, 3, and 4 here, just to try to trigger the defensive fire of the Slovak. But he abstains and he doesn't reveal if he is concealed or not, so the German doesn't lose concealment. And afterwards here the leader moves normally 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5 here. This is very tempting, so I forgot that the house guard was concealed on his side, so that's another story. But here I think it's the moment to react with the Slovak. There we are. And they will first fire here, so only on Baumgart and the 467 squad. Point blank fire means they fire at 6. +1 for the wood, -1 for non-assault movement. So it's 6 flat, 6 with no modifiers. 6 and 7 means a normal morale check. So I'll show you the tables if you want to, but I'm using the normal one, infantry fire table. I don't use the incremental for the good reason that I know the results of the infantry fire table by heart, many of them, and I find it really cumbersome and quite useless to use the incremental table. There is a lot of debate on the question, but I won't expand on it. I use the rules, official rules, and put aside options most of the time. So here we are, 6 and 7, you see, it's a normal morale check. So morale check for the leader. Miss, needed an 8, and he has the Germans have a low ELR of 3, but it's passed. And afterwards the 467, they break 2. There we are, putting some residual fire in the hex. So 6 halved is 3, which goes down to 2. There we are. Well, well, well. Yeah. Okay. Now here the squad knows he will lose his concealment. So anyway, he bypasses here 1, 2, 3, 4. The squad cannot subsequent first fire because he has closer enemies to him. So. Um, yeah. Here, the little house squad. I should keep it concealed. What am I doing? Anyway. Runs, so double time. 1 here. 2-3 bypass because it goes over the hedge. So just a reminder, when you are bypassing, you're not walking along the hex side. You're always entering the obstacle hex, but skirting it. So from A9 to B9, there is, you see, there is a hedge. So the costs, it's quite clear here, but in other cases, some people have questions. So the costs here is to go from A9 to B9 is 1 for open ground because I'm bypassing, but you still have that hedge between them. So in bypass questions, always remind yourself that units are never on the hex side, even if you calculate LOS, etc. Same thing for the vehicles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nobody's firing on them, of course. What do they see? I believe they see the trench up here. There we are. From here. From here at least, I'm quite sure. Here you have 2 level obstacles which creates double uh, two blind hexes, but here up to there you see those guys up there, but they are not firing. Better hold their fire for better times and keep also still confidential their hidden their real situation. Those people following up will also see X, one after the other. So 1, 2, 3, nobody's 4, 5, 6, and the other squad follows the same road. There we are. Those are they cannot see them. Okay. Well, on this side of the battlefields, it's complicated. We have guys up there, but anyway. 1, 2 bypass, 3, 4, and we are stopping here. And here, one after the other, running. So CX, okay. 1, bypass 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think I can fire. Here, first fire. So they lose concealment, of course. There we are. And we have a defense of 3 and 2. That is 5. Goes down to 4 on the IFT. So it's 4 plus 1 here. Plus 2 for the building. Minus 1 for non-assault move. They cower, which means they go down to 2. And 2 and 7 is no effect. I'll still show things so you need to see them, but the tables, but anyway, C2 at 7 you have nothing. Okay, I won't do it too much because it's not very useful. Yeah, it can be, but anyway. So there is a 1 FP in the hex. So those little guys run 2 and they move 1. Oh, sorry. The stack of counters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there they are. They lose concealment, of course, and they avoid the residual fire. So just checking things. Do they see? I don't think they see a lot of. Ah, they could. That's 2 level. No, no, no. Not sure they can see a lot of entrenchments or others. I would have it out here. I think, yeah, from here to here. Let's check LOS. I use the machine at least to see. No, it's blocked. I don't see it. I'm wondering if people from here. Didn't realize that. From here to there. No, it's blocked. You have it off. No, so nothing is visible yet. Okay. Yeah. Those are moving normally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they lose their concealment. Don't think any because of those guys here who cannot subsequent first fire because they cowered, so lost any opportunity to fire further than their adjacent. It's okay. And here, 1, 2, 3. We'll keep with that. Mustn't be too cautious, but still. So, yeah, without the leader, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's no LOS. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the leader. Simply move here. 1, 2, 3, and keep there. Okay. So this is the end of the movement phase. We remove the residual and defensive fire phase is possible, perhaps, I don't know. Just looking what could be interesting to do, but at first sight, yes, you still have those guys here who can final fire at halved and doubled firepower adjacent. So they have 3, that means 2 on the IFT, or 1 against the house squad. So it's 1 or 2 depending the targets, plus 1 because of the wood. Not a very good opportunity to fire, but anyway, you try. Perhaps I'll get a sniper in my nose for that. So, yes. Unfortunately, it would be a Fortunately, it would be a Slovakian possibility of sniper, which I count them as allied because they are against the German just for game convention, because you only have Axis and allies as differences. So that's a good result because 2 and 5, because I add 1 for the wood. Let's see the die rolls. There we are. That 2 and 5 is a normal morale check, and 1 and 5 is a pin task check. So we start always with the leader. Leader has 8 normal morale check. Okay. The broken squad, normal morale check. Okay. And the house squad will lose concealment and suffer a task check, which it passes. So there we are. I think that's all that could be interesting, or yeah, that would need some. Yeah. So we are done with the defensive fire phase. Advancing fire phase. Well. We here have 2 squads who will fire together. They moved, so advancing fire. The advancing fire counters don't exist in the normal counter setting, but in VSL they are there. It's quite aesthetical. I find them useful when you have a very large number of units and you don't remember who has done what. I presume that with physical ASL you simply can put a prep fire on them. So those guys fire on the squad in the foxhole. You see there's an LOS, so no problem. So they moved. So rather than 4 FP each, they have 2. So they amount to 4. 2 plus 2, 4. And the foxhole gives plus 2 TM you choose between the terrain. So you could decide as a Slovak, but it would be quite stupid to to suffer to use the woods. But in this case, the foxhole is a better solution. So we have 4 and +2 to the dice, +2 DRL. So yeah, much ado about nothing. We have nothing. Okay, I see. I forgot to put a concealment counter here. Yes, here we have some good job to do here. So the squad and the machine gun have 7 FP, which are half to 3.5. The half squad uses the machine gun for 1.5. So 3.5, 1.5. Okay, we go up to 4. Just a remark: you cannot reassemble a machine gun in advancing 5S. You only can do it during the prep fire or the defensive fire. So here we could simply say, yeah, 10 divided into 5, which goes down to 4. So 4 plus 2 against this squad. 4 and 9, forget it. Here, those two squads could join in a 4 plus 3 FP because they are CX, but it's really not very interesting. So, unless you want to eat a sniper attack, so I will abstain. There we are. We are finished. Now, route phase. We will use the VSL facility, which here with the little broken gun, if you click on it, it shows every places where bad things are happening. So here you have the disparate morale for those Germans who are adjacent to the Slovakians. So they are going to route 2 here and 2 further because they don't want to remain in its LOS. There we are. That's all for the routes. There's no other units RDM. And here we have the advance phase. So here the 237 cannot move up here because it's already CX and it would be advanced to difficult terrain. So that's rather annoying. So they just move here adjacent and 1 squad will move here, 1 here. It's risky, I know, but it's the way to make the Slovakian have tough decisions. Here, simple advance, and here too. They are meant to be concealed, and the Slovakian doesn't want to show who they are. So, I believe those. I know they don't see because they have the wall, which is here a hill wall. So you see, I'll test the facility, but I never believe fully. What do they say? Hindrance is 1. Yeah, but they didn't note that the wall here. Now let me see. I have a doubt here. Yes, no, the wall blocks quite clearly because they are at same level. So yeah, doesn't work well. I never believe that machine. Should never. So here we move 1 hex just to, yeah, and this is not easy. So here they move. I'm going to create some pressure. And here both squads can advance without losing concealment. They're moving in non-open ground, so no problem. There we are. Everybody moved. Close combat phase. Nothing. Remove pins, which I don't think existed. And now we check who is out of LOS, who is not concealed and out of LOS. So Just for your information here, Mr. Albrecht sees the guys here because the wall doesn't block LOS from up to down. There we are. Just it's not the same thing as same level LOS. Okay, you can look at hill edges in chapter B if you want some more detail. So here we are with no unit getting concealed. So we will proceed now to the Slovakian rally phase, and I'm very glad that the custom turn markers now in VSL work, because there was an older version when each time you closed the file and you reopened it, it switched to American German. Here you have the choice of a pretty little coat of arms in Slovakian colors. So there we are. The Germans are nicely approaching without too many damage. Of course, on their left, their leader is in a bad shape, but that was to be expected. That's part of the fun. But they are advancing, so let's see how long will the, the Slovakians hold the line. I just have a question, perhaps here and there, as there. I'm not sure about LOS. Yeah, there is an LOS. So the foxhole becomes visible. There we are. Yeah, just looking which. Perhaps. Yeah, I'm going to try some LOS lines. No, blocked. Blocked. Ah, here it's okay. So, yeah. What have I done? Ah, yes, I know the thing. Yeah, click the pad. Okay, yeah, it's good just to try. Here also, of course. From here, I think it's visible. I test it, but after what I understand of the rules, it's okay. So here you have. Oh, those are possibly not yet. Perhaps I'll try. From D13, they could have a LOS to the. Ah, yes, fine. You see. Yes, I know. I click on C, Control C, which means a change of color. Those are plateau effect, plateau effect. Yeah, the other ones are out of view. So there we are. Next time we will play the first Slovakian turn. I hope you have pleasure. So see you next time. Bye bye.